And we are about to see the first Superman movie done correctly in a long fucking time.
If I just title this one, The IAMs Talk About Superman or Let's Talk About Superman, and then they have to sit through that first?
Yeah.
I totally remember that, like it was yesterday. Like it were yesterday.
Look at his straight shoulders he never has. This motherfucker. Jesus
I know, I
Christ.
feel like I'm like this sometimes.
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute.
Wait,
no,
so I took you to see Talib Kweli.
I was smoking weed a lot and you were looking down on it. And I'm like, don't look down on me, man. So what I did was I had a pre-rolled blunt. You took me out to see Talib Kweli in Berkeley or Oakland or some shit.
What the fuck was that?
Just in the 90s, man. And we saw Talib Kweli, and I was like, holy fucking shit. He's right there. The speaker system was shitty. I went into the bathroom, and I chiefed my fucking blunt with some other dude I didn't know. And then I came back out. I was high as shit, and we had a good time.
I have zero memory of this. I'm Chris Lujan.
I am called Bindu.
This is the IAMs.
I saw Talib Kweli the one time that I remember. It was in LA at the... Oh shit! What the fuck was the name of that
bro,
theater?
this is Northern California, man.
And he brought out Mos Def.
I love Mos Def.
Yeah, it was Black Star, you know. So it was dope. And I don't remember seeing Talib Kweli again.
You saw him with me, Holmes. Nah, man.
Who else was playing?
There was I can't remember any of it. You know, all that boom boom black rap music is the same.
That's not cool.
For people that don't know me, I only listen to hip hop.
Pretty
Everybody
much.
fucking relax. Just take it easy. Fuck. Everyone's
See,
at
this
11. Let's bring it down to a 2.7.
See, this is like we're just trying to make each other laugh.
That's it, man. And shock value.
Or shock
more
each
important.
other.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I use words like retarded. For you to go, bro.
Every episode now.
Yeah.
So
Every episode, retarded, fuck cosplay, fuck the Amish. Star Wars sucks.
Batman.
Yeah, and Batman's awesome.
Birds and the Bees.
I like titties.
Okay. Great. We've got our own language here.
Yeah. No. There's people at home doing it.
Okay.
Every time we say birds and the bees, they do it.
Okay, that's good. Good to know.
It's like Pee Wee Herman and shit that had the secret word.
Sure.
Yeah. There's going to be a
Zizi
point.
Baluba.
Look here. In 3 years, I'm putting it down. In 3 years, we're going to do a live podcast in front of a live audience, and we're going to start the show off with birds and the bees, and everyone's going to go, I like titties, and that's how it's going to start. I'm putting it down right now.
All right.
What were you saying?
I would just be excited to in 3 years we have enough people who want to come to a live show.
Well, we have how many subscribers now?
Good Lord, an embarrassing 72.
72, but we were at like 3 like last week.
Yeah, it has.
And the 3 was me, you, and Maceo.
Yeah, it has gone up.
Fuck yeah.
In the last week or two.
In the last 28 days, we've had 14 new subscribers. Don't lie to me. I do the math.
That's true.
Woo!
He does the math.
Fuck
I
yeah.
showed him the math earlier.
Yeah, but I memorized it with my pornographic memory. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh boy. So is this? Are we ready to talk about Superman, or is this not related?
That wasn't really because you were on about whatever show that you went.
Yeah,
to.
I don't know that show, and he doesn't remember anything of it, so I don't know what there is to say about it.
We can say this.
It was a little short.
We have had an incredible ride the last 6 months. Trump has the country and the world on a wild roller coaster ride. And for the last 2 years, there have been specific right-wing podcasters talking about the Epstein client list nonstop every day, right? And all these Democrat billionaires pouring so much money to keep those files closed. And once Donald Trump is president, that will be known. And here we are, right? Trump and the American government, all 3 branches. He is in control of all 3 branches. There's never been a president more powerful than President Donald Trump right now. And the 2 years that they've been dangling the carrot of the Epstein files. Yesterday, Attorney General Bondi, Pam, says there's no client list, there's no subterfuge, there's no foul play, and there's nothing. And all the right wingers, Kash Patel, right, who is now the fucking leader of the FBI. The motherfucker looks like a raccoon that got caught stealing dog food, right?
Okay.
Big ass eyes and they're crossed a little bit, right? I'm not even lying on this. This motherfucker been on Joe Rogan. He's been on the Tim Pools. He's been on the John Petersons. He's been on all the right-wing bullshit MAGA podcasts talking about the client list, Epstein, the client list. Now he's in control of the fucking FBI, right? Mm-hmm. That motherfucker came out yesterday. There's no client list.
Yeah.
It's all done. It's over. It's it. There's nothing to say. Pam Bondi, there's no list. So here's the fun that American journalists are having right now. They have recorded and time-stamped when Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States, handpicked by Trump, said, I have that list on my desk.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, that was in February. Mm-hmm. Now here we are, the same person. There's no list. Right? And now we're the day after that. All of the Trump supporters are running around like when you fuck with ants. They're all arguing and fighting within each other. All the Democrats and liberals are going, told you, right? And it's this crazy fucking conundrum, right? Diddy got off.
Right.
The president of the United States got off because in 2017, there are hundreds of hours of audio of Epstein saying that Trump is my best friend. He's been my best friend for the last 15 years. Now, if we know Epstein is a pedophile and was running pedophile rings, and Trump was his best friend, Epstein died while Trump was president. Crazy. Had that happened with Biden? Whoa! But it happened with Trump, right? And now that Trump is president again, we're not going to look at any of it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Let's stop looking at it. What do you have to say about our pedophile fucking president of the United States?
So was there a time, goddamn, I'm so high.
No,
Still.
we just alienated so many people. I just alienated
Sure.
so many people. But I'm done with this George Orwellian, the Ministry of Love.
Do you
that's
think
beating the shit out of
do you
people?
think
Fuck
there's
that.
do you think there's a sect of people who, let's talk about Maury Povich.
Okay.
Okay. So
Hold on a second.
And this is
Hold on a second. You are not the podcaster. Go ahead.
That's basically what I'm getting
Zing!
to. That's basically what I'm getting to.
I
Is
know.
so like imagine Maury, right? The whole show leads up to the you are or you aren't the father.
Correct.
Right? The whole show.
Yep.
Right? Trump basically, how do I say this? Like Maury, the commercial break right before the end of the show.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're like, we're
Right.
going to come back, we're going to find out everything.
You're watching the whole show waiting for the results.
Right.
Correct.
Trump,
Yes.
he ran on that commercial break.
Yes, he did.
He basically was like, do you know what I'm saying? Like the people who were like, oh, I got to find the outcome. We're going to find the outcome because he was like, we're going to release this. We're
Yep.
going to release that.
Yep.
There's like a sect of people who voted for him just for the Maury of it all, right?
Correct. And now forget it.
Because that was one of the things he was saying he would
I'm not
release,
going
right?
to forget it. I'm not ever going to be quiet.
Right.
I'm gonna mention it every goddamn day. Every fucking goddamn day. Trump is a pedophile. Every fucking day. And here's the best part. When he fought with fucking Elon Musk, the richest man in the solar system. Understand that. Elon Musk goes, Trump is all over those files. You're not going to see him. And what happened? There's no files. There's no list. Disappeared.
Damn.
Yeah, our president is a fucking pedophile, and the entire American government is covering it up. And we're living in a cartoon now, and I no longer give a shit. I'm going to the
Do I
mountains.
need to beep any of this stuff?
Nope. I'm going to go live in the mountains. Fuck off. I'll come in town to perform, but I'm
Sure.
going to go live in the mountains, man. I'm done. And
Very soonly, you will see us at my studio.
right. Very soonly. In fact, This is
not for like a couple months unless one gets pushed up.
Well,
this is the very
but
last.
if they see this one, and then the next one could be one of those.
But this is coming out Friday.
This one right here is coming out Friday?
Because we're going to talk about Superman.
In the same one.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have to.
Okay, just let him go.
We have to because
Let him cook, as they say.
all of this Trump bullshit is about America. And we are about to see the first Superman movie done correctly in a long fucking time.
If I just title this one, The IAMs Talk About Superman, or Let's Talk About Superman, and then they have to sit through that first?
Yeah. No, you can just cut and we can go to this right here like you did before.
Yeah, okay.
And then they'll work up into this. Right?
Make sure to like and subscribe and join our Discord and Patreon. Check out our links.
Now back to the show.
But this is about the state of America right now. Because Superman is hope. And Superman is the truth, justice, and the American way.
Right.
What happens when the American way is evil as shit? Is Superman evil as shit? Because if Superman is evil as shit, that is why we have Batman. To save Americans from that fucking alien and this fascist, white nationalist fucking regime that's ridiculous on every level. I've never seen anything like this. I am the most patriotic American, and I come from a military family going 3 generations. And this is the most ridiculous, unpatriotic, terrible fucking version of America I've ever seen in my life.
So, Superman,
Yeah.
right? Truth, justice, and the American way.
Correct.
What does that mean to Superman?
Now, in 1986, Frank Miller answered that question because Ronald Reagan was the president and he had that whole trickle-down bullshit. Let the millionaires get rich and then you can eat their fucking leftovers. That was the whole fucking point. Frank Miller, young at that time, almost becoming 30, didn't want to be older than Batman, thought, I'm going to make a story of Batman way older than me. But he made it real. Right? And this is the problem that Star Wars has as well. What happens when you take this romantic fucking idea for children and you turn it into the adult world, right? Well, what happens is Batman is a goddamn criminal. Everything he fucking does is against the law. Every fucking thing he does, including Robin, which is child endangerment, right? But he put that on all fronts, including the president and what the president is like. And the president of the United States at that time was Ronald Reagan, and he was evil. So, Ronald Reagan was the evil villain in the fucking book. And Ronald Reagan was the American way. So, when Batman couldn't be controlled by the police, they sent in the National Guard. When Batman beat up the National Guard, then fucking the President of the United States called Superman. Hey, you gotta go take care of that guy. And so Superman said, yes, sir, because he's a fucking bitch.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting to. So
And he went to fight the American, and the American beat Superman fucking ass.
I get what you're saying.
Now, well, go ahead.
But Batman's not going to be in the Superman movie.
Nope, he might be, but no. But here's a bigger idea that I want to talk about, right? In this new bullshit-ass Trump white nationalist fascist regime, I can't go to Home Depot right now because I look too Mexican. And ICE could be there. And they don't give a fuck if you have ID or not. You're done, right?
Yeah.
You got to figure it out later when you're not in the country anymore, okay? So here's my thing. Superman is an illegal alien, period.
Right.
He got adopted by the United States, period.
He's doing good being as loud
He
as me.
fought for truth, justice, and the American way.
Right.
Period. Right? The American way right now is evil as shit. If you're not white, you should be afraid. And that's the American message right now.
Well, so if we follow that,
What is Superman now?
Superman will be whatever Trump is.
A super Nazi?
I mean,
Then we need Batman.
because if Superman is who he is, doesn't matter who's president, and he just has these are my morals, this is truth, this is justice,
Yep.
But if he's about the American way, what is the American way? Truth we could understand, justice we could understand.
Yep.
The American way, you either are dead center, or if do the Ronald Reagan one, then he would have to have been Obama for a while. and then he would have had to have Biden's ideas for a while.
But incorrect, though, because he has loyalty and allegiance to Ma and Pa Kent from Kansas, and that's a red state, and that's fucking MAGA. So Superman would be MAGA.
You think?
Fuck yeah.
So
Fuck yeah, he would, and that's why Batman has a contingency plan to take that alien out.
Superman
But here's the best part.
would be make America great again.
Yes, but here's the best part.
What would he mean by that?
ICE would be getting rid of Superman because Superman is an illegal alien. Get the fuck out of here, Kal-El.
So where do they do? Send him to outer space?
No, they got to get a fucking badass American to fucking take him out. They get Batman.
Oh, so he murders him?
Yes.
All right.
Kill the alien.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
With kryptonite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck that guy. That's weird. Okay, so check this out, right? Lois Lane having sex with a hippopotamus is more natural than her having sex with Superman. Because we're from the same planet.
Right. And so you had said, because I was like, well, don't, like whatever Superman is, don't the people on his planet look like that? And you said in some comic book they addressed it that he's just a gobbledygook ball of mush, right?
Yep, they just recently did that. Now, is it canon? I don't know. I don't give a fuck because I don't read Superman comics. I read Batman comics.
He doesn't have Aquaman tattoos.
No, because I get the job done. I have Batman tattoos. And all I'm saying right now is Batman knows what's right and what's wrong. And laws go in and out. This one law says whites only, right? Batman doesn't give a shit about that law. That's a stupid law, right?
So Superman
follows the law.
would say that's what that says, that's what I'm doing.
Correct. Fuck Superman. Batman. You see what I'm saying?
I see what
now
you're
we
saying.
have this movie coming out of Superman.
That you're hella looking forward to.
Totally, because James Gunn is a goddamn nerd like me and he knows and understands. So he's gonna do an American truth, justice, in the American way, but that's gonna contradict absolutely everything that's happening in America right now with our current administration.
Right.
Because our current administration is a piece of shit.
So if he, let's say in this movie, let's say he's fighting actual Donald Trump. The character in the movie is Donald Trump. Would you say that James Gunn would make a movie of him fighting Donald Trump? Or would he be joining Donald Trump?
Very interesting, because James Gunn did Peacemaker, and Peacemaker is a patriotic fucking character, but he has a racist ass genius father that makes all kinds of weird tech, and they address that. And he has to fight his fucking racist father, man. It's not cool. So James Gunn knows that racism is fucking terrible.
Right.
And now he has Superman.
I get that.
So I don't know what we're about to see.
So,
But it comes out on 7/11, my son's birthday, Friday, and right now it's Tuesday. But this is going to be releasing on Friday.
yeah, I got my work cut out for me.
Yes.
So
I'm very interested to see what's going to fucking happen.
So let's say in the movie it's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Let's say James Gunn has made the decision that Superman is going to fight Donald Trump.
Okay.
Right? You would go, well, that's bullshit because he would be on Trump's side.
No, I would watch that movie and applaud. However, I don't think Superman has the grit to actually do real good. He's Superman. He's the Boy Scout.
Okay.
He does what's right for America. And he would weigh it out and he would do some fucking bullshit and nobody would be happy with some terrible compromise.
Who's to say what's right?
Right. Batman says what's right. And I'll tell you why. In The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller said, the world doesn't make sense unless you force it to. And that's what Batman does. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it is, man. So we need to fight this fascist-ass fucking regime because it doesn't make sense. So we need to force it to make sense. All this shit's bullshit. Our president is a fucking pedophile. There's an Epstein list. They dangled that shit for over 2 years in our face, and now they're saying it's not there? Oh, why is that? Oh, because the president of the United States is best friends with that fucking pedophile. That's why. And now it's gone. Except Elon said it's never going to come out because Trump is all over those files. And now it's not coming out. Wah, wah.
It's so poorly written. If this were a movie, you would be like, this is so bad.
I want my money back.
Yeah, this is so poorly written.
Yes, it is super
Of
comedic.
course, everything that's happening was going to happen.
Right. And the fact that I'm an actual comedian, right? But I'm not tied to anything right now. And I'm a professional camper. I'm a, Cub Scout, Weeblo, Boy Scout, fucking joined the Marine Corps, all that shit. Grew up camping and all of that. I'm about to take my life into the fucking California mountains. It's going to be fucking awesome. And then I'll come in town to perform, hang out with you, say what's up, get bit by your dog,
Yeah.
right? Hang out with Emmy and see my bonsai because she's going to be taking care of him.
Yes.
Right? I might swap out my truck for my fucking Harley and go right back to the fucking mountains.
Right.
Yeah, and my buddy Elon Musk got me Starlink Mini, so I'm going to still be online and I'm still going to be
It's in our
smoking
P.O.
weed.
box right now, sitting there waiting to... Anyways, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me many questions.
When did you decide, and how serious are you about the phrase, I'm a stand-up comedian?
I think I started realizing that I'm a stand-up comedian when I just don't go on stage ever with any kind of material, ever.
Okay.
I don't have a playlist ever. I don't know what I'm going to say ever. So I just read the energy in the room
Right.
and I go up and I just be me. And whatever happens, happens.
The people who have written material for years might be mad at that.
Yeah, because they fucking suck.
Well-
Because they don't have the gift of gab like old BINDU.
Well, you have to understand that, like, people they have created their act.
Right.
You
Because
know.
they care.
Right.
And to be a stand-up comedian, you fucking you don't give a fuck.
We're going to disagree here.
Really?
Yeah.
Stand-up comedians don't give a fuck. That's why they do it.
Correct. But I wouldn't say they go on stage not knowing what they're going to say.
Oh, no, I agree with
That's
that.
the part where I'm like, because like they build up an act over time.
Yeah.
You know, some people do a special a year, you know.
Yeah.
They put out the special, now they have to write a whole new act, you know. And they probably do find it on stage. I think a lot of them go on stage
do?
with, I have a topic.
They work it out.
Let me figure this out.
Yep.
But that is to become a thing. Then when they have their, I guess it doesn't even have to be recorded as a special. They have their hour. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
They have their hour. And then later on, once that material is burned, they'll have a new hour. So that's why I was saying, like, stand-up comedians may take offense to once I realized I could go up there and do whatever the fuck I want and not write anything.
Yeah.
Because anyone who writes anything is a bitch, kind of.
No, I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I'm so confident in my gift of gab and my situational awareness that I don't need material.
I gotcha.
I would just walk up there and fuck you up immediately.
Right. So you realized that when? During paint night?
No, I've been like that my whole life.
Okay.
Well, this is where it came down to. When in elementary school, I'm left-handed. And the left-handers have to use stupid, retarded scissors that have green rubber on the handles.
Yeah.
And all the right-handers get these sharp, beautiful sterling silver.
Right.
So I taught myself right-handed. And so I became left and right-handed. And I realized other people could only use right hand. And at that time in my life, I realized all of society is retarded and I'm not.
Okay.
I use both hands. Well, okay, just think of this. You only have one leg, so you only step forward with that one leg,
Yeah.
right? That's what it would be like. But we use both legs to walk. We should use both hands. I use both hands no matter what. I can write my name with right hand, write my name with left hand. Chris in left hand, Chris in right hand. Doesn't matter. I could draw at the same time, both hands. And when you smoke weed, it solidifies the two hemispheres into one. So people that are only one-handed, when they smoke weed, all of a sudden they're becoming ambidextrous and they're like, whoa, I'm feeling high. And
I
when
could breathe
get high,
underwater.
when I get high, I'm just like, this is natural to me. It just feels better. It feels stronger.
All right.
Everyone's retarded to me, Chris Lujan.
All right, that's good to know.
Everyone.
I do use both of my hands for this stuff.
Yes, you do, musician.
And this stuff.
Yes, you do.
And
And the Fender.
kind of
Yes.
this stuff.
You are ambidextrous.
All right. Whew.
Yes. Yes.
But give me a left-handed guitar and forget it. I don't even know, like...
Homeboy, you want to know some bullshit? I tried to do some shit left-handed. My son got me a left-handed fishing rod,
Yeah.
but I've been fishing my entire life right-handed.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first time left-handed, and I look like a fucking moron out there. For the first like 30, 40 minutes, I look like a fucking moron, and then, holy shit. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world. I had the best time of my life, yeah. So yeah, I'm ambidextrous, y'all. I use both hands at all times, especially on that big-ass dick I got. You know what I'm talking about?
This is the stuff I'll cut around.
Matty O'Reilly knows what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Oh, pulling
Lexi
out
Bell,
all the
you know what's
stops.
up.
So do we need to... Superman.
Awesome. What?
Superman.
I am very, very excited that James Gunn is going to give us a traditionally awesome Kal-El, an American Superman, but I do think it's going to contradict everything that's happening in real world America. And I think if the real Superman were existing, he would take out Trump and his entire administration.
Okay, so now I'm going to go towards James Gunn.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, James Gunn, to me, since I'm not the superhero movie guy, James Gunn to me is like, oh, he's the guy who made Slither. He was involved with like trauma, whatever that is, like the Toxic Avenger, like those guys, right? And he made Slither, and so I know him as, oh, he's the guy who made Slither, and now he does superhero movies, right? That's the extent of like what I know. But the way that you and Ron reacted, and kind of the way you're still talking now about James Gunn, is James Gunn someone who could do no wrong? Like he hasn't let you down ever?
Never. So James Gunn took Guardians of the Galaxy, right? A bullshit ass franchise in Marvel that I'm a comic collector. No one gave a fucking shit about any of that, right? And he made it so enjoyable that people were like, all right, I'm on board. Rocket, Groot, okay, cool, Star-Lord, all right. Gamora.
Was Guardians the first superhero movie he did?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yep. And then because he put on a kick-ass soundtrack. It was awesome.
Sure.
Right? But there was a tie to it. Mixtape. Because the kid, his mom died, the 80s, the whole thing, a Walkman, the orange speaker.
I think that's what they called the soundtrack, a mixtape.
Yeah, it was. And then they came out with part 2, cool. And then came out
Also
part
James
3.
Gunn.
Yeah.
Also James Gunn.
Right.
There's been 3 of them? Damn.
Yep, it was a perfect trilogy. No, there's been 4. There was a Christmas holiday season, and the main guy, Star-Lord.
That's where you got to see Chewbacca's family, right?
Yes. And the animated Boba Fett. Yes.
Okay, cool.
The Star Wars holiday.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
You know what to do with your Boba Fett now.
Totally. That was a deep cut, and if you guys don't get that, well...
Oh, they have to get that. Do you get that?
The fuck, they don't get that.
You do, okay.
Fuck, they don't get the Star Wars.
Do you think he's
holiday
pretending
special.
to get that? Well, no.
Only because I've informed him of what's, you know...
Yeah.
He
on.
had to listen to the whole thing, right? So anyways, the dude who made the mixtape...
Right.
Loves Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yes. That's right. Kevin Bacon was in the movie, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Special. Kevin Bacon
he
was in the
movie. Well, he was in the Christmas special.
He's
part of the lore.
The Star-Lord's friends go to Earth. Kidnap the real Kevin Bacon. Bring him to fucking space. And Kevin Bacon is like, what the fuck am I doing here for?
Well, first, because he was entranced by Mantis or whatever you want to call it.
Correct. Right?
So he was fine with it at first.
James Gunn did that.
Okay.
It's magnificent.
All right.
The point I'm getting at is, James Gunn takes these obscure characters no one cares about, and all of a sudden there's heart and soul, and you love them. Okay?
Okay.
Now, then he took Peacemaker. He did Suicide Squad Part 2. Terrible, dead, who gives a shit? And it was awesome. And not only that...
Have I seen this?
Suicide Squad 2, right, had the main bad guy was a kaiju. It was a star like a starfish from space.
Maybe I have seen this.
But...
Is Will Smith in it?
Maybe. No, that's the first one.
Oh, good.
The second one, that star is a deep cut to the very first episode of the Justice League. And those things got onto the face of all the Justice League members, and it was like this whole thing. So that's when you know James Gunn knows what the fuck he's doing.
Okay.
Right? Then he does this show on HBO, Peacemaker. DC, excuse me.
Is he writing all of this as well?
He's doing all of it.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome.
Peacemaker was a show? Okay.
And he took all these characters, including Vigilante, who I only know from the comics, right? There's a comic where Vigilante fights fucking grown-up Robin, Nightwing. And it's like a whole thing, back and forth, right? So he keeps everything comic book, he keeps their suits from the comics authentic.
Okay.
Right? So, he's taken all of these obscure bullshit-ass comic properties and made them great.
Now,
But, here's my point. Now he has the #1 ultimate fucking comic character.
right.
What the fuck do you think he's gonna do? He takes a terrible raccoon and makes us fall in love with it? He takes a tree that only says the same thing, and we fall in love with it? Buy the toy? Buy the dancing Christmas Groot? All he says is, I am Groot? To Jingle Bells? You know? Now he's taking the greatest American icon of all time, and he's gonna make a movie with it with an unlimited budget? Dude,
So-
he is not gonna let us down.
Okay. So the Guardians and so these characters that were not as well known or whatever or fleshed out or whatever.
Yeah.
How much did he change them
None.
from the comic?
None.
So he just brought it to life.
That's it. Kept the
Okay.
comics the same. Not only that,
Then why didn't people not care about these characters?
like when Favreau, when John Favreau did Iron Man back in the day, right? Iron Man wasn't a main character in the Marvel comics, bro. He was a B or C character. Don't give a fuck about him. He's an alcoholic. He's drinking all the time. Bro, there's a comic where a drunk ass Tony Stark is falling out of a fucking helicopter and his fucking suitcase is falling open and all of his armored parts are falling out and he's like reaching for me. He has half the suit on. It's a famous cover or whatever. He was a fucking drunk and a piece of shit, right?
Okay.
John Favreau turned him into the beginning of this ultimate fucking Marvel shit. And it fucking blew up, right? Favreau was pretty dope for that. But he also did the Book of Boba Fett, which fucking sucks.
Okay.
So it's like, right?
Maziel's nodding his head.
Right. So here's the thing about James Gunn. He hasn't sucked yet.
Okay.
Every fucking thing he's done has been great.
So you think
And now he has the greatest franchise of all time?
Do you
Get the
think
fuck
that
outta here.
do you think that his attitude is, oh cool, I get to make a Superman movie? Or is he like, oh shit, I'm making a Superman movie. This better be the best fucking Superman movie ever.
In all honesty, I think James Gunn thinks like me.
Yeah.
Watch me show these motherfuckers what's up.
Okay.
I think that's how he looks at shit.
Like No Way Jose.
Fuck yeah.
Just like that.
Yep. Okay, so what's happening right now, you guys, is that, okay, it's a sidetrack from this, and it's all tied in. This whole Superman, America, right? What is America? America right now is incredibly confused because America is the newest nation on earth. All the other nations have been around for a long ass time, man.
This episode is going to be called, I Promise This Is About Superman.
It is.
Okay, go
Right?
on.
So now America has been an experiment, and what we're watching, it seems like the end of the experiment. And it failed. It failed terribly. Because what we're seeing now is America separated from the UK because they didn't want kings and they didn't want religion influencing their government. And now here we are in this right-wing Christian nationalist fucking dictatorship, right? We just had a president that bombed another country, which is an act of war, without any Congress involved, no Senate, no
Yeah, this
American
is weeks ago
judiciary.
now.
Right. So we have a president that just does whatever he wants, grabs girls by the pussy, is a known rapist.
Did you forget about that
is
one?
a fucking 34-time count felon, which means he can't go to Canada. Canada and Scotland don't allow felons in their country. He can't even go there. Moted, right?
Scratch that neck.
And dude, this is the most ridiculous. I collect comics, and comic books haven't been this stupid. Right? This is stupid, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm in a weird position. Everybody right now, because of their 401k spiraling out of control, their Tesla stock dropping exponentially, and they were counting on it, all the businesses around here closing, everything's dying in this particular area. And my shows have stopped, basically, right? I
Right.
can't be having shows for 15 people, right? I will,
Yeah.
but it's a private party.
Sure.
So the restaurants are getting mad because they got to hire staff, and then they're used to my 40, 50, 60 people. There's only 10, 15 people in the room,
right.
right? Not cool. And it's because American society is so scary right now.
Yeah.
No one's spending any money.
Yeah, that's it. It's not like people's money is allocated elsewhere.
Nope.
It's just that, like,
Everyone's afraid.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
can't be
they're-
spending money now because who knows what's going to happen.
Correct. Everyone's tightening their belts, and the first thing to go, entertainment, art, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
Lucky to have any shows.
Right. So we're going to keep this I Am show going. However, I'm going to move my ass to the mountains. I have an incredible vehicle, and I have a dope-ass Harley. And it's all designed for outdoor and travel. And I've been a camper my entire life. So I'm going to do some adventurous, awesome shit while America is being fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll come back when it's,
Godspeed.
right. So this is the last episode in this room.
Day, at least. Yeah.
And I'm going to pack all this up, and it's going to go to storage jail, and there it will sit, like the Ark of the Covenants, until I'm ready
Right.
to speak to God again and get my face melted off, like that one Nazi did.
Mom nom shugarum.
Exactly.
Mom nom shugarum.
Right. So until then, Kali Ma,
Mom nom shugarum.
take my heart out of my chest, put it in my pocket, so I won't get affected. And it's going to be great adventures. It's just, it's very, I just wanted to talk about it because Superman is coming out today, right? This is going to drop on the 11th.
Sure.
Superman is coming out today. We're going to see it. And Superman, up until this point, and he's 80 fucking years old, has been truth, justice, and the American way. And right now, the American way is police state, terrified citizens if you're not white, fucking the Marine Corps, the National Guard in LA, terrorizing fucking citizens for no fucking reason. They did it yesterday. The fucking mayor, okay, so in the MacArthur Park in LA yesterday,
Yeah.
hundreds of military fatigue show up, decked to the nines for no reason,
Right.
just to instill fear and panic in people. There were kids playing in the park, they dispersed. There were people out having a good time, they dispersed, and it became a military state, right? The mayor of LA, Mayor Bass, went over there and told them, get the fuck out. They all kicked away, and she then warned all the other cities. LA is a testing ground for the Trump regime. This is where they're testing out military fucking bullshit. It's going to start happening in all the Democratic cities. And that's fucking true. I have lost almost all respect for the United States Marine Corps. I have lost almost all respect. I have lost all respect for the presidential administration. This country is back asswards and fucked up, and I'm tired of being quiet about it. Fuck everybody. I'm a pirate. Yo ho. Batman for life.
All right.
No, if the fucking Superman
Batman for life.
becomes bad, I will fuck you up, illegal alien.
So
I'm an American. Fuck off.
One last question.
Go ahead.
So we know he's not fighting the Nazis, unfortunately, which I mentioned before. But like, we know he's fighting Lex Luthor and Brainiac, right? We know that Crypto is in this movie.
Yep.
Do we know when this movie takes place?
Nope.
So this could not even take place now.
Don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, man. All I know
Because
is that
he could stay away from anything happening now by telling a story that takes place in the 80s or something.
I see a bunch of dumbass people making fun of that Green Lantern dude with the weird haircut. And
Guy
it's like,
Gardner.
I'm like, no, that's Guy Gardner. That's his haircut. It's stupid in the comics. Everyone's been talking shit about it. And so fucking James Gunn knows this shit, and he's giving us real legit shit from the comics. It's going to be awesome, man.
All right.
I know that if there was a Superman, he would take out the current administration. Trump is worse than Lex Luthor ever was. And Superman made a whole career, 80 years, off battling Lex Luthor. And Trump is worse than Lex Luthor in every way. Lex Luthor never grabbed the girl by the pussy, bro. Lex Luthor was
What
not
about
a
Lex
pedophile.
Luthor, the college years?
Lex Luthor wasn't on an Epstein list or a pedophile, bro. Trump is.
Right.
Trump is a fucking pedophile. His entire administration is a fucking pedophile.
Should we just make shirts that say Trump is a pedophile?
Fuck yeah.
The I ams?
Trump is a fucking pedophile. Fuck that, man.
So how long before we get a new Superman and Batman movie?
Like together?
I don't think we should ever have a Batman and Superman movie together. Because Batman is the savior of the people when shit fails, right? That you have America. America is protected by all the fucking military branches, right? And then we have National Guard, and we have police, and we have sheriffs, and none of that shit saved Bruce Wayne from losing his parents in a dark alley, right? We need something for that, and that's what Batman is.
Right.
When rules don't work, right? And what happens when we have a President Trump? You need Batman, right? I'm fucking Team Batman. I will fucking fight this administration as hard as I can. Fuck them.
I mean, people are going to be asking for Pattinson, Batman, and the Superman to be in a movie.
It won't work. Batman, okay, so the only reason why it worked the first time,
Did it?
Frank Miller answered the question for the first time, who would win between Batman and Superman, right? And so it shows Batman, he's 55 years old. He's in his lab, and he's talking to himself. And he's like, you're not going to believe this one, Clark. He's laughing to himself. It took a lifetime and a fortune to do this. But I did it. And he replicates kryptonite. And he's giggling. Because this is going to reduce Superman to a regular man. Mm-hmm. Batman fighting a regular man, he will beat the shit out of you. And so that's what happens. We'll put the pictures here. Boom. And
what?
Boom.
What pictures?
You'll see.
God damn it.
Batman beating the shit out of Superman when Superman follows the president who is crooked. Right?
Okay.
Right, because there is right and there is wrong, and the only generation that actually knows what that is Generation X. And that's who we are.
He's tying everything together.
The ambassadors of Generation X. And I am faithful that James Gunn is going to give us traditional classic Superman, and it's going to address the bullshit that's happening in the world right now.
I mean, that would be nice. It would be disappointing if it wasn't that at this point, how much we've talked about it.
What I've learned now is that the American people have lost the ability to critically think. And that is the main message of 1984. You don't need to burn books if you just get people to not want to read them. Right? Mm-hmm. I would suggest everybody read George Orwell's Animal Farm and George Orwell's 1984, right? Also, follow these 3 news agencies, the Associated Press, Reuters, and Politico. Those are the only 3 news agencies to trust. If you see anything, fact check it with those 3 things. The Associated Press, right? Politico, and what's the other one I said?
Reuters.
And Reuters, yeah. If it didn't come from those 3, it's fake news and it didn't work. It didn't happen. It's bullshit. All right?
All right.
I'm done.
We out. Did you get everything out that you needed to get out about Superman?
For sure.